Alright guys, so in these next couple of examples, you're actually not going to be given a point and a gradient directly, but you will be given enough information to be able to figure these things out. So it's important that you don't freak out. So let's have a look at how to tackle these problems.
Alright, so it's time for another worked example now, where it says find the equation of the line that passes through the points 2, -5 and -3, 1. A, express your answer in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, and B, express your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Right, so we know that in order to find the equation of the line, that at some point we need to use the formula y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. Let's go through and highlight the key information that they've given us. Find the equation of the line that passes through the points 2, -5 and -3, 1. Alright, so what have they given us here? They've given us a point, 2, -5, and they've given us another point, -3, 1. Have they given us a gradient though? Oh no, they haven't. Alright, well, just because it doesn't give us our m, it's important that we don't freak out. Alright, and this is because we can actually use these 2 points to find the gradient. If we have a look over here, this section for the rest of the lesson is going to be extremely important, because this here will help us with finding the gradient, or our m value. Alright, if we have a look at m is equal to rise over run, or which is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or tan theta. Well, if we have a look at this formula here, we can actually use this one, because this is how you can find the gradient of a line when you're given 2 points. So before we do anything, let's find our m value. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so let's label our points x1, y1 and x2, y2. Alright, and substitute in now. So you've got y2 being 1 minus y1 being -5 over x2 being -3 minus x1 being 2. Alright, 1 minus -5, these two negatives become a positive, so 1 plus 5 is 6. -3 minus 2 gets us -5. Therefore, m is equal to 6 over -5, or -6 on 5. Now we have our m value is equal to -6 on 5, and we've got a point. We can actually use that in our formula y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. So let's go through and do that now. Here, y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. Substitute in all of the relevant points. So y minus y1 being -5 equals -6 over 5 bracket x minus x1 being 2. Finish off the brackets. Alright, simplify now. Y minus -5 becomes just y plus 5 equals -6 over 5 bracket x minus 2. Alright, I don't like the fraction here once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rewrite this in another way. So you get y plus 5 is equal to, now -6 on 5 times x minus 2, we can actually write that as -6 bracket x minus 2 over all over 5, because this x minus 2 is the same as saying over 1, and when you multiply the fractions together you get 6 times the x minus 2 and 5 times 1 being the 5. Right, now I don't like the 5 here, so I'm going to multiply everything by 5 in order to get rid of it and make it look a whole lot prettier. So go times 5 and times 5, so you end up getting 5y plus 25 is equal to -6 bracket x minus 2. All of a sudden this looks nicer. So we go 5y plus 25 equals -6x plus 12. Okay, so we're putting it in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. So let's move everything across. So you get 5y, we're going to plus 6x to both sides. So plus 6x plus 25 equals, left with 12 here. Next step to do is minus 12 from both sides. Gets us 5y plus 6x plus 13 is equal to 0. And we can rearrange it to make it ax plus by plus c, so 6x plus 5y plus 13 is equal to 0. Alright, express your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Let's rearrange the equation that we just came up with, so we'll write that out again. 6x plus 5y plus 13 equals 0. Alright, now we're going to rearrange everything, so let's start off with moving over the 6x, subtract 6x from both sides. These bad boys cancel out, leaving us with 5y plus 13 is equal to -6x. Alright, let's now move the 13 over, subtract 13 from both sides. These 13s cancel out, leave us with 5y equals negative 6x minus 13. Divide everything by 5 now. 5 by 5 and divide by 5. Therefore these 5's cancel out, leaving us with y equals negative 6 over 5x minus 13 over 5. And that there is your answer in the y equals mx plus c form. Once again, press pause now and answer the following question. Alright, so first thing, let's go through and highlight all the key information. Find the equation of the line that passes through the point 54 and makes an angle of 45 degrees with the positive x-axis. Okay, so the bits that are important here are the point 54 and it makes an angle of 45 degrees with the positive x-axis. Alright, so what I've done here is I've actually gone through and written out the formula y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1, because that's something that we'll always have to use when finding the equation of a straight line. Let's write out the information. I've got the point 54. But once again, I'm still not 100% sure on what m is. Okay, so let's just have a look at here. I've actually drawn it out, and I know that it makes a 45 degree angle with the positive x-axis. So coming up to the formula thing up here, once again, that will help us out with finding m. What I've actually got is m is equal to tan theta, wherein I'm using degrees. So m is equal to tan theta down here, which is equal to tan 45 degrees, and tan of 45 is actually equal to 1. So therefore m is no longer equal to question mark, m is in fact equal to 1. Okay, so now I've rewritten out the formula for a straight line, substituted in my y1 and x1 because I've got my x1 here and my y1. So y minus y1 being 4 equals m being 1, x minus x1, x1 being 5. Alright, simplified that by taking out the brackets, y minus 4 equals 1 bracket x minus 5. I've now expanded the 1. When I multiply 1 by x, I get x. When I multiply 1 by negative 5, I get negative 5. So I get y minus 4 is equal to x minus 5. Now let's rearrange everything and start moving things across. So I minus x from both sides first. I've gone y minus x minus 4 is equal to negative 5 because these two x's will cancel out. Let's add 5 to both sides now. Add 5 to both sides. So you get negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1, and negative 5 plus 5 equals 0. So you get y minus x plus 1 equals 0, and I've rearranged it, moving the negative x out the front here, plus y plus 1 equals 0. Alright, the next part of the question, I've just rewritten out this formula up here. Negative x plus y plus 1 equals 0. I've now added x to both sides, plus x and plus x. Then you've got y plus 1 is equal to x. Subtract 1 from both sides, subtract 1 from both sides. These will cancel out, leaving us with y here, and equals x minus 1 over this side, leaving us as our y equals mx plus c form.
Okay guys, thank you very much for tuning into today's lesson on finding the equation of a straight line. Now, some people have actually struggled with this topic in the past, so what I've actually done is created another episode to assist you with some of the more complex skills to do with parallel and perpendicular lines. So make sure you do check that out if you're struggling at all, and if you continue to struggle, put a little asterisk next to it, bring it to me in class, and I'll help you out with it. Okay, like always, make sure you tune into the very next lesson, which is all about finding the midpoint and distance between 2 points. Like always, say hi to your maths teacher for me. Morsey out.